Connie from Sunshine Coast Woman, and I'm here today with a lady who needs no introduction. It's Amber Werchon from Amber Werchon Properties. She's the director, and we're here to get a bit of inspiration from Amber. So Amber, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
I'm 33 years of age, married with 2 children, and I'm born and bred here on the Sunshine Coast.
Yes, I did read that you were from Bly.
Yes.
You grew up in Bly. What a beautiful part of the coast.
Yeah.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
So what did you want to do growing up, Amber?
I think when I was going through school, I really had a strong interest in law and accounting. And then when I was 16, I bought my first investment property. So once I had the property bug, I was always going to do that. So yeah, I actually got one of the highest OPs at the school, and had the principal call me asking where my university preferences were, because I was the only one that didn't, that got a good OP. And then I've gone back and spoken to that school because he wondered why I wasn't going to go to uni. And anyway, it's good. It's important to be open-minded about those things.
Isn't it? Absolutely. So did you have a part-time job or anything? Was there how did you achieve that, first investment?
I was working part-time in retail at a surf shop, on top of selling Nutrimetics, on top of doing some modelling, on top of whatever I could to make money. I would even sell things up and down the street, Christmas trees on the side of the road. I was selling things out of my school lunchbox when I was 6. So I was always selling.
You were born entrepreneur. I love it.
So I was always making money and saving.
That's brilliant. Yeah. I think saving's the key, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
So you have a successful real estate brand, well known here on the coast. Did you face any challenges on the way to building up that business?
Definitely. Back when I started in the industry, which was in the year 2000, the real estate industry was very male dominated. So being 18 years of age and in a male dominated industry, it was a little bit challenging, and I got told that I would get eaten up and I wouldn't survive, and it only made me stronger in the end. So that was the first challenge, but later on in life, now that I've had 2 children, 2 young boys, the challenges are different, and the challenges are now about juggling and balancing a business single-handedly with family life.
Absolutely. So how did you get past those gender differences? Did you find it was a myth that it didn't really matter that you were...
I believe it's not an issue if you don't believe it is. Yeah. So I'm a massive mind over matter person, and if you have knowledge and passion about something, you'll always overcome, experience and age.
Yeah, that's brilliant. And so how do you balance now with motherhood? Do you take some time out of the office, or do you bring them with you? Or?
Well, now I've got an awesome team of over 30 staff, so there really is great people to do almost everything. But yeah, I've still got to effectively run the show, so to speak, although I don't sort of look at it as that. But yeah, it's challenging, but I think that challenges bring out something good.
They do, absolutely, don't they? What about self-doubt? Was that ever something that was in you, or did you just believe that you could do it no matter what?
I'm a very positive person by nature, and I'm naturally determined. And to be honest, I'm one of these people who has to demotivate, not motivate. So I'm an all or nothing, become, obsessed with what I'm doing. So, no, it wasn't a problem, to be honest.
That's really good. That's a good way to be,
Yes and no. There's a double-edged sword with everything. So rest and relaxation is a challenge.
Absolutely.
And balance. But yeah, no, for most people, challenge is the other side. Yeah.
That's really good. So have you been given any advice that's really stuck? What do you think's the best piece of advice anyone's ever given you?
I think if you do what you love, it doesn't feel like working.
Absolutely. I've heard that from other people too, that when you love what you do, you never feel like you work a day.
Yeah, and to look at everything like an opportunity, and to look long term. So I've never been one to think, well, this decision today is only for the benefit today. I've always been one to think, how will that benefit in 5, 10, 15 years down the track?
That's awesome. And I did read that you're a goal setter too. You believe in setting goals.
Definitely.
Now, do you write them? Are you someone who writes them? Are they physically in your face?
Yeah, I've always been someone who will write and review generally, but I don't stick them up on the whiteboard on the wall or anything for everyone to see. It's something, but I do believe in writing them down, and then they've got more chance of coming to fruition.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm a huge believer in goals, that you need to have somewhere to aim for.
Yes.
Even if you don't
specific
need it.
ones.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Even if you're on the right track.
Yeah.
So do you have a motto you live by? Is there a motto? Have you created your own motto? What's the Amber Werchon motto?
Well, I day to day now just try to work with people who I like, to be honest. It's really simple.
Yeah.
Things change, you know. Back when I started, it was all about doing great, selling lots, creating record prices, and then things change. So now, it's just really about having balance and working with people that I like.
That's beautiful, isn't it? It's good when you can do that.
Yeah.
So thinking back to, say, the 12-year-old Amber, what would you say now to her? Like, what you could, with all your wisdom that you've gained through the years and becoming a mother, and what would you look back and tell the 12-year-old Amber?
Probably don't take yourself too seriously. So I've always been what people call an old soul.
Immature.
And so even back when I was, 15, 16, etc., I was already thinking, how am I going to buy my first car? And then how am I going to buy my first property? Whereas other kids probably don't really think like that. Yeah, that's right. It's a whole different thing, which is good and bad,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So that you would give her advice is just have fun.
Yeah, and enjoy the
relax.
time. Yeah, you're only young once.
Yeah, absolutely. Isn't that true? What can you tell us? Something that most people don't know about you. What's a fact that just they might not know?
I don't know. I'm fanatical about yoga and health. So most people probably don't realise that. They probably think it's more about property or other things, but it's not. That's my passion in life. So
that's brilliant.
Yeah.
And you get to yoga often, or?
I do yoga from home almost every day.
Beautiful.
Yeah. And I'm going on a yoga retreat next week. So
I think that's amazing. I think the
that's my
mind-body
real
connection,
passion.
The mind-body connection you get, I think energises you. Do you get that?
Yes, definitely.
You get that bit of extra zoomph. Now this is a tricky one because you've got an extraordinary life and you're focused and determined. Do you have any advice for people who just aren't, who feel they're in a rut, they can't lift themselves out of it? What would you tell someone?
Well, I believe that you always get out of something that you put in. So I think that those who aren't achieving what they want probably really need to look within. Not look at what other people aren't doing or look to blame someone else, but look at what you can do to change. I've always believed that you control your destiny, so just start taking control really and taking responsibility.
And I'm a big believer that it's choices, so you've got to make the choices, whether they be to change or to stay the same or
I
to
agree.
do something like that.
Yeah.
So that's good to know.
Yeah.
What drives you today? And I can guess the answer, and they're two gorgeous little boys.
Well, things change. So, I would say just, to have, and provide for my children, have some balance, and have quality time with them and my husband. But also, just to work with people that, I like.
Yeah, that's
really
beautiful. That's really good. So, just the last quick question is, what is in the future for Amber? What do you want to achieve this year or next year? What's on the horizon? Yeah,
it's for someone who's a goal setter, it really isn't anything different. It's just to continue to grow and do the right thing by people and work with people I like, and it's really just more of the same, to be honest.
That's beautiful. Well, we're proud to have Amber as part of this series. I want to thank you very much for joining us. Thanks, Amber.
Thank you.
Thanks.